First off, he always does this. He gives effusive praise to his players. It's always, these the greatest I've ever seen, all of that, right? So, I mean, that's the way he is. Now, he really does believe in J.J. McCarthy. I know that. Like I said, just being there in Michigan early in the year, he thinks the world of him. He's gym rat, obsessed, throws the ball too much, right? He's almost like, gosh, he's always working on it. He's always throwing it. I'm like, can you take a rest for a day? So that's his kind of guy. And to the point we made with J.J. McCarthy, right? He plays quarterback. And he played quarterback in a very NFL-like type system and how to manage those situations. And like we said, Harbaugh respects that, teams like that. And, Harbaugh does have a little vested interest in this as well for a number of reasons.
Well, and look, if he wants to put his money where his mouth is, he could trade Justin Herbert and he could take J.J. McCarthy at number 5. He talked yesterday about what the Chargers might do with that 5th overall pick that they earned the hard way last year by stinking. Here he is.
Pick a great player at 5. There's going to be a great player at 5. In some ways, there's talk of, 4 quarterbacks going in the first 4 picks. Boy, if that happens, then that pick really becomes like the number 1 pick in the draft. If 4 quarterbacks go in the first 4 picks, that's not like the 5th pick anymore. That's like the number 1 pick of the draft for teams that have a great quarterback already.
Many are saying that 4 quarterbacks could go in the first 4 picks, and some people think that the incidental benefit of his nonstop praise of J.J. McCarthy is to get McCarthy drafted.
100%. That's what I was alluding
down
to.
The board,
right.
The guy they want.
Right.
And this is one of the basic truths of the pre-draft process. If a team likes a player, it will be more inclined to put bad stuff out there in the hopes the player comes down the board. If a team doesn't really like a player, then they'll say all sorts of great things. Now, that's not quite on all fours with what Harbaugh is doing because he has an incentive to praise his former player, but it helps him ensure that it's 4 for 4. He wants 4 for 4. He wants the first pick in the draft. And if it's 4 for 4 quarterbacks, he gets the first pick in the draft.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, he's got a vested interest, and it goes on his resume that, hey, I was the head coach of a guy that got drafted in the top 5 at quarterback, right? All coaches like that. And then to the biggest point where he almost discredits his love for J.J. McCarthy, and that's what I was kind of alluding to with the vested interest. This is the number 1 reason he's going to continue to praise that and say that type of stuff. Yeah, they want to sit there at number 5 and go, wait, the best tackle, the best pass rusher, the best corner are all on the board for us right now. We got to pick of the litter. Right? We're good at quarterback. So, yeah, that's where, you got to sift through it a little bit. But, yeah, I had saw that comment and was like, oh, damn, he discredited the J.J. McCarthy thing. Other thing, too, about Harbaugh, Mike. I mean, we got a new Harbaugh. I've never seen Harbaugh like that, like I've seen him in some of these NFL interviews. He's not playing it so close to the vest, it feels like, and giving such bland answers. He's opening up a little bit, showing a little diversity there, which I think was needed. And I like the new Jim Harbaugh in the NFL.
He had always had that image, that persona of guy who is so scared he's going to say the wrong thing that almost like he's running through the words like he's got an invisible teleprompter where the words are up there, and he's like looking at him. Am I going to say that? I think I'll say it differently because he had to win everything. He has to win everything. Now, coaches are never going to be more relaxed than they are at the annual meetings. So this is low tide as it relates to the overall stress and tension that we see from coaches. But still, let's see if he's different because he was so, I remember before Colin Kaepernick became Colin Kaepernick when he was just a quarterback on the 49ers and not a polarizing figure in American politics and mainstream culture. I remember that, I used to think he messed up Kaepernick too. Kaepernick was a difficult interview and difficult at press conferences because I think Jim Harbaugh corrupted him that way. That you got to be guarded in everything and you got to win everything. You got to watch what they say. They're going to twist your words. But you're right. He seems to be a little more loose than he's been in the past. Winning a national championship will do that, and going to a team that has a great quarterback and very low expectations is another way to loosen a guy up a little bit, because really there's nowhere to go but up for this team. This is a perfect spot for any coach. Great quarterback and nothing else.
That's right.
And a team that has just been a mess in recent years, where it really doesn't take. Look at how he turned around the 49ers. It's going to be an easier task. Now, he's still dealing with Patrick Mahomes in the AFC West, but it's going to be an easier task to turn this team around because he's got a great quarterback. All due respect to Alex Smith, he's got a franchise quarterback in Justin Herbert.
Yeah, no, it's the hard work is done there. But, I mean, that's what we love about Jim Harbaugh. We know he can get everybody on the organization and get the football players playing a certain way where, yeah, it's a tried and true formula for him. I mean, again, like you said, 49ers, what he did to Michigan. I mean, Michigan was, stuck in they're in the top 25, but no real national championship contender. He gets there, okay, they couldn't beat Ohio State for a few years, but we were still looking at them going, well, they're one of the 5 or 6 best teams in football, even though they can't beat Ohio State. And they got over the hump and, dominating now. So, yeah, I'm excited for Jim Harbaugh, the Chargers, the quarterback, everybody. Going to be cool to see how it all works there.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.